Car crashes, refugees, and a decrepit looking Wayne Unser back for the dead, guys. It is Fog Entertainment to talk about Fear the Walking Dead's penultimate episode of season 2, and we're going to break it down, discuss it. It's called Wrath, whatever you want to call it. Wrath.
Yeah, I seen Date and Callie, and I wish I was watching Sons of Anarchy, but no, we're watching Fear the Walking Dead. Although, I mean, if I'm being honest, I would say that I think the last couple of episodes have picked up in Fear the Walking Dead, and Travis is kind of the character that I didn't really know that I liked him, but I do. To me, he is the best character on this show. It's a shame that he's probably only going to last a couple more episodes, but
no, it is what it is.
I'm a big Travis fan. I don't know. Well, maybe a big Travis fan.
Travis fan.
That's an overstatement, but I do like Travis. I genuinely enjoy Travis. He's probably the only character that I actually like on the show, and this episode was good because we seen him go to the dark side, which I think we needed to see. And I mean, in all honesty, it probably came a little bit too late to save his son, Chris. We'll talk more about that in this review when we get to the details of Chris's whereabouts. But yeah, no, Travis finally stepping up and doing what needed to be done, in my opinion. But we also got some reveals and some people pretending to be immune. Maybe they're bullshitting you.
No, they were bullshitting for the beginning, but we kicked off at the beginning with Ophelia, and you know what, right? I'm just going to wrap up everything she did.
Yeah, I agree. Let's wrap up her arc. Basically, her entire time in this episode was just wandering about the wall. I think she went from Mexico back into America. At the start, her car broke down. She was trying to fix it. She's on her own, and out of nowhere, we get like 4 or 5 walkers. Ophelia, we haven't seen really handle walkers before. Now, all of a sudden, she is taking care of like 4 or 5 on her own. I just don't see the build. I don't see...
No, I don't see, right? Why were her and Daniel so hell-bent on going with this group to Mexico if she's just going back across the border?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but... No, I just like when you look at the original Walking Dead, it's like no one really took out walkers like this, apart from the main people in the group.
Yeah. No,
no one got really... It wasn't really till season... I would say it wasn't really till like late season 2, early season 3, when people like began to get comfortable taking out walkers hand to hand. And even then, that was your main characters. That was your Ricks, your Darryls, your Shanes or whatever. Ophelia, who we just haven't really seen being like combat experienced or anything like that, all of a sudden taking out walkers with ease. I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't think the show's done a good job of building Ophelia. It's like she's pretty much went for a background character, and now she's got her kind of own story arc where she's venturing off on her own. I don't think she's the character for that. I would have kept her with the group. Couldn't they be doing this stuff with Daniel? Couldn't Daniel be the one crossing the border? Couldn't Daniel be the one in a car breaking down, taking out walkers? Where is Daniel?
We don't know where Daniel is.
Is Ophelia trying to find him? Is she... We don't know.
She's trying to find her fiancé, I think. But again, I just don't get...
Why would she leave the fucking hotel where she knows her group is and where she knows...
No, but why did they even go to Mexico? Looking back at the start of this season, Daniel, such a problem with Strand having a gun, such a problem with the boat, such a problem where they end up at Thomas's mansion. Well, don't fucking go.
Well, I think they felt the boat was safe. And to be honest, it probably was. I mean...
Yeah, but why have they so much beef? Like, why does he go to this place and the woman's like, oh, but you're not allowed guns on the property or weapons, and he takes it back? Well, fuck off then. No one's forcing you to stay here. Honestly, Ophelia though, right, she's wandering through the desert, a few shots go off, she hides behind a tree. I mean, it's like the most open desert ever, and she hides behind the one tree. Of course she's going to get spotted here, and we see Dayton Callie. You know what, I'm looking forward to seeing, he's a good actor, he's nowhere near beyond the level of what he was in Sons because the show's shit, but just hearing him say, "Welcome to America, you little Hispanic."
It was great.
It was.
Patch member.
What did he say? Bueno. He said, "Welcome to America, señorita."
I'm not sure if he plays a big role.
I've seen a few clips of him. I think he's like a leader of a group.
It remains to be seen, but that was basically Ophelia's story arc. Her car broke down, she took out some walkers, she walked across the border with her jug of water, container of water, and then she got found at the end by Dayton Callie.
That is pretty much...
That summed her up.
That's it. We cut it. We're in the middle of the night, though. Back at the start of the episode, we've got Nick. He sneaks out of bed. He meets with Ronaldo. They pass through the city. They go to meet Marco. They get to Marco. They give him the Oxycontin, but then Marco says, I no longer need your sublime, Nick. Then we get a scene, right, where Marco's speaking in Spanish, but then Ronaldo's like translating it. And like Nick...
Doesn't he speak English though?
Nick?
No, the other
Marco?
guy?
Yeah, no, he does. So I think
So why is he trying to intimidate him?
I think he's trying to intimidate him because obviously, like, if he's saying stuff and then Nick's hearing it like 3 seconds later in a different language, but translate it to English, maybe it sounds a wee bit more scary. I don't know. I feel
there's too much Spanish speaking for me. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. No,
unless the show is deliberately trying to appeal.
Although we are in Mexico, though, that's the only thing.
I know, but still.
I mean, it's what they speak.
They speak English. Most Mexicans, I think, would speak English. Although, fuck me, they come over the border and they don't speak any English, so... Yeah, but like when you look at Mayans MC, right? That is a show that is trying to show off the Mexican like culture, so you can understand that. I can accept like Spanish being spoken in Mayans MC.
Yeah, but we are here in Mexico, so why wouldn't they be speaking Spanish?
Because a lot of the characters are from America, and
yeah, but a lot of them are also Spanish speaking. See me right, I'd rather them speak American, right? But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's turning into like the Mexican version of fucking The Walking Dead.
I never thought it was like that. I thought Fear the Walking Dead was just a secondary B-level Walking Dead.
B-level?
No, C-level. I didn't realise it was like a Hispanic Mexican version, like. I don't know why I keep saying Hispanic.
You're right, but Marco reveals the bodies of Francisco, his wife and daughter, and so he basically tells Nick to leave La Colina immediately if he wants to live.
I didn't get that. I don't get why he would kill them but not kill Nick and the other guy. That's the translator was with Nick. That guy was just trying to leave with his family,
and he wasn't doing anything. And also, this Marco and his crew are going to attack La Colina.
Yeah, so why not just take Nick and this guy out now? Would it not make it more difficult if they allow those two to go back?
It makes no fucking sense.
But see if they allow those two to go back and actually tell them that they're planning an attack, does that not make it a lot more difficult for them?
Of course it does.
Like, surely they could have just wiped these two out right now. And if they're willing to kill that guy and his family and his little daughter when all they were doing was trying to escape, if he's willing to kill them, why wouldn't he kill Nick? Because we've seen they've already had issues with Nick when he tried to steal from them before.
Yeah.
So it just made no sense that they were allowing Nick to walk free.
No, you're right. Like, well, let's just wrap up the rest of the Nick stuff. He returns the La Coruña. He's trying to fill in Alejandro here, but then one of the infirmary victims turns infected. Alejandro gets bit here. Nick gets thrown over the balcony. A woman, a nurse, gets her fingers bit off. Just a lot of people getting bitten at here.
Yeah, like some guy that's in the bed, Walker bites his nose off.
No, it's just ridiculous, right? We see Ophelia, but she had a hammer. She like fends off like 6 walkers here.
Nick's struggling to take care of one.
It's 1 against 5, Inhuman's advantage, and it infects 3 people, and almost kills Nick. Almost breaks his neck.
Yeah, Alejandro, in my opinion, sort of sacrificed himself here for Nick because he threw himself in front of the walker. We later find out that the 2 that got bit get sent out into the yard or whatever, the zombie yard, so I guess they're going to add to the numbers and that helps keep the community safe. Nick then basically calls out Alejandro, says that he's seen the fear in him and that he doesn't think that he is immune and he's bullshitting. And Alejandro confesses and goes, yeah, I wasn't bit by a walker, I was bit by the boy that I was trying to save, and he's just been going with this story to give people hope and faith and try and be a leader. Nick thinks that he's just doing it to save himself so that people would like worship him and try and protect him and do whatever he says. And I felt like Nick was acting like a little fucking bitch here because this guy, he is the leader of this community. He does, in my opinion, put this community first, and he did leap into action here. This guy sacrificed himself. He put himself in between Nick and the walker almost as if he was immune, and that taking a bite, it's better for him to take a bite than Nick. Now, obviously, we find that that's not the case.
And Nick just leaves.
Nick, there was no, like, appreciation. It's like, all Nick did was basically bash the guy for, portraying this lie that he's immune. And I get it, he can maybe be annoyed, but I felt like there should have been a little bit of, like, gratitude or gratefulness, It's like, you know what? Thanks for, at least thank you for, saving me and taking the bite for me. But we didn't get that. Nick just expects him and his new girlfriend to leave.
She doesn't want to leave though,
Which is fair enough, because
yeah, but like, why
those people might not mean anything to Nick, but
he's the one that put this like war in motion. He's the one that like led Marco's group back here, and he's seen them with the binoculars in the, like 2 episodes ago. I don't get Nick, right? Like, 1 minute they portray him as this like evil bastard stealing drugs off people, killing people.
Is that evil, or is that just you're an absolute fucking waster?
Right, alright, waster, like complete waster, right? So, but why is he portrayed as this like loving guy? Like, oh, he's playing football with them in the town hall. Then the next scene, oh well, fuck them.
Yeah, he's willing to leave them behind. You know, it's like,
I know you could. Drug addicts. You know they have mood swings. Nah, I just don't understand how anyone can like the character of Nick. I feel like certain characters, they have to have like a moral compass or be consistent in their ways. See this constant flip-flopping? You can go from bad to good or good to bad, but see going good, bad, it fucking sucks, right? That's all I'm going to say about it.
Is he going good, bad though?
Yeah, but...
I don't think he's a bad guy, man. I think he's just a bit fucking selfish.
I think I'm not saying he's an evil guy, but I don't think he's I wouldn't describe him as a good person.
You literally called him evil about a minute ago.
Evil? Well, hold on. Stealing somebody's fucking morphine supply so you can get high and they die, I'd describe as evil.
Did that person actually die?
Yeah, they got infected.
I don't think that was his intention, though.
I'm not saying it was his intention, but you know, if I shoot an RPG at my window because I want to shoot a gun that fucking blows up a school.
I don't think Nick's evil or necessarily bad, but I do think he's a waster, and he's not someone that I would trust, and I certainly wouldn't want him in my group.
Yeah. Talking to people that are bad though, Brandon and Derek are sitting here. They say it smells like Mexicita here in the parking lot. They're making fun of the Mexicans. Two typical gringos, so to speak.
Yeah, so I don't get how these two all of a sudden, spoiler alert, they killed Chris, and it's like all of a sudden they're portraying sort of like racist remarks, but we never seen this previously when Travis is clearly not fucking white and Chris is not really white either.
Yeah, and here they are, completely outnumbered.
Yeah, and they're like speaking out loud and basically bashing all these Mexicans that they're sitting around. It's like, why are they all of a sudden... I don't understand why they're all of a sudden like being portrayed as like racist, whereas you never seen that before, and if they were, would they not have either killed Travis and Chris at first sight or just not wanted them in their group? Why did they bring them along?
Yeah, I don't get it. Madison questions like, what happened to them? Oh, they let a kid, 16-year-old, who doesn't know how to drive from LA?
I think it's just they're just trying to make you not like these characters, and it's like, you know, what their fate, you have to agree with their fate, so to speak. So we're going to try and do whatever we can to make them more unlikable. And obviously, I guess...
You know what, this was a unique way to kill Chris off, but I feel like at the same time it's a bit lackluster. I feel like it just would have been better if we'd seen this happen.
Yeah, it's like...
But I'll say fair play for doing this.
Wait, I know it's unique, but I personally didn't like it. So you kind of... They already allude to the fact Chris is dead. You see that you find out he's dead before you even get the flashback. And then, like, the flashback, his last scene, doesn't even get any words. He's just driving. He crashes.
Which again, right, those two are sleeping in the back of a pickup truck and it flips about 10 times.
Now, I'm going to assume that Chris had his seatbelt in. But even if he didn't, it's like, surely them sitting in the back. See when Chris died, I thought it would have made more sense, because when they first drove off, they were both in the seats, they were in the front,
yeah,
and Chris was in the back of the trailer. That makes more sense to me, that they crash and Chris gets thrown from the truck. But them being in the back of the truck and Chris sitting in the front, and Chris is the one that, albeit he didn't die, he broke his leg, but they kind of got away scot-free, and we see Chris crawling out from underneath the car, and they put him down. They shoot him. Now, Travis was asking them, first of all, like, what happened to Chris? And they were trying to do some bullshit story about how he turned and they died and they had to put him down, but their stories didn't match. One of them said he got thrown from the truck. The other one said they had to pull him from the truck. And this is when Travis kind of realises, look, they're bullshitting. They're not telling me the truth. Plus, he's already seen how they put down one of their best friends, and he was actually okay. He was going to survive. He was in way better shape than we see Chris was in the flashback. I mean, that guy, yeah, he got shot, but he was almost healed up. Travis has done what he could do, and time was just going to make him better. You look at Chris in the flashback, and he literally had a bone sticking out his leg. I mean, Chris was going to slow these guys down big time. Their friend, and plus they're out in the middle of nowhere. They've got no cover, no protection. At least with their friend, they were in that guy's farm. They were in a barn. There was nothing stopping them from staying there or even leaving him behind.
Yeah, like this Chris kill, right? You know what? It could have been seen as a mercy kill in some ways. But if they killed the other guy, they're obviously going to kill Chris.
Yeah. Even though they never made a pact with Chris, they still put Chris down. But Chris was in way worse shape, and I mean, Travis just realises that they're bullshit, and he locks himself in a room with these two, and he just completely batters them. Now, they do get a little bit of like shots in on Travis, and it would have been a bit awkward here if Travis locked himself in, and then they started beating him up, and he's getting killed, and Madison, and the other guy, not Quinn,
Brandon, Derek?
no, what's the black guy called?
Strand?
It would have been funny if
Quinn.
It would have been funny if they were on the outside and they couldn't help Travis, but
You know what? I would go as far as saying this scene's the best scene of the show for me.
I would say so. Travis is beating them up.
Because you know what?
and-
It wasn't quick. It wasn't too dragged out. Like, it was literally just him fucking battering these two.
So then someone on the outside actually gets keys, and
Oscar.
he opens the door, and like Travis just drops him straight away and then closes the door. But surely the door was already open because Oscar opened it with the keys. So why couldn't?
No, he fell inside with the keys and then he locked it again.
Oh, is that right? Okay, it happened so quickly. What a fucking joke that is. There was windows on the door though.
No, but why is Madison...
No, hold on. There was windows though.
I understand why they want in, right? A, Travis could die, and two, like, they want to prevent him from killing these two, right?
Yeah, I don't think she really cares about preventing him from like killing them, so to speak. I think it's more she doesn't want him to turn into something he's not and be a murderer. I think that could be more the reason. I don't think she really cares for these two people's
But
lives.
seeing Madison, like, take this, like, high road of, oh, Travis, you can't do that. I know you saw she's looking out for him, but...
She's already killed someone, hasn't she?
She locked that woman.
For what?
Nothing.
What did she do?
Nothing, really. Honestly. But yeah, Travis eventually beats him.
Her excuse was, all I had to do is to protect my family.
You know what, this was...
Travis is trying to get revenge for his family, isn't he? So
He was, and it was brutal, man. He's snapping their arms, he's crushing their skulls, he kills both of them, right? You know what? I really enjoyed this scene. I don't think I'm
you
gonna
sick bastard.
I don't think no, but you know what? See when you see TV shows and movies, this is what people would dream of in revenge. You beat them to a fucking pulp and you kill them. Is it not?
Well, I suppose that.
And that's what Travis delivered. The show delivered. I will go to a limb here and say Fear the Walking Dead actually did something pretty good.
If someone shot my dog, that's what I'd want to do to them.
God bless America. Travis then kind of like sinks to the floor. He's like, yeah, body count is 2-0, bitches. And that is where the episode ends, guys. So it's a weird one. Like, the Ophelia stuff sucked. It was good seeing Wayne. The Nick stuff I just did not care for in the slightest. Even though you did get the scene, but like a few of them get bit, it was just more stupid in my opinion than anything else. But then
Been a while since we had that.
I'd get that fired in there. But you know what? It was stupid of Brandon and Derek to turn up. But at the end, you're right. See, at the end of the day, Travis was never going to let these guys. It looked like on the first explanation he was willing to he was more took back by the grief.
Yeah, it's because they contradicted their story about Chris getting ejected from the truck and then getting pulled for the truck.
Yeah, I'm going to give this episode a 5.
I'll get a 5 as well. I'll get a 6. I liked it.
5.5. Fear is going up.
I think the last couple of episodes have been pretty good.
Oh, for fear
standards,
Normally for certain YouTubers like Trev Chan too, that would mean like it's like a 10 out of 10. For Fear, 10 out of 10 normal episode, but Walking Dead, man.
I think they need to get the gang back together. I think they need to.
But the problem is Travis is dead in 2 episodes time.
What I would like.
That's what I would say though. See the fact Chris is dead. There's not much use for Travis.
Why not? I mean.
I feel like the fact that he's dead, he's just killed those two. I can understand why they killed him off.
Well, no, the reason they came out and said the reason they killed him off was because
Cliff Curtis wanted more money.
No, the 2 reasons they gave was that they wanted to toughen up Madison, which, I mean, I would have killed her off. And they wanted to show that anybody can die at any time, and they felt like killing off Travis would prove that. Since he was... I think when the show first came out, he was actually the lead.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure he was like the lead.
The lead, guys. Anyway, it's a 5.5 out of 10. Will Fear beat this rating? I doubt it, guys. But that is it for the penultimate episode. Next time up is the finale. Death predictions. I don't think anyone main's dying. I mean, I'd be willing to bet no one main dies. I know Nick doesn't die. I know Alicia doesn't die. I know Madison doesn't die. I know Strand doesn't die. Fuck it. Nobody dies, damn it. But anyway, guys, till next time. 5.5 out of 10. Peace.